job anymore. I'm the investor and you are going to make me some money.
Heading to London, 8 potential business partners all keen to kickstart a company.
I'm not looking for a friend. If I want a friend, I'll get a dog. I'm looking for a partner. This is about me investing £250,000 into a business with one of you.
On offer, a 50-50 deal with the nation's most demanding investor.
You what? You've thrown the gauntlet down and I expect you to win.
Willing to bankroll a new business in tough times, Lord Sugar is on the hunt for one winning partnership.
Principles went right down the drain on this thing. You should have all known better.
Start the car!
It's a deal worth fighting for.
Same happening again. We have an opinion and you just don't like it.
8 candidates.
You don't have to teach me how to suck eggs. I know how to ask all that. I'm in a rush.
Guys, if you want it, buy it!
12 tough weeks. One life-changing opportunity.
You're fired. You're fired. This is my boardroom, and by the way, this is my money. You're fired.
Right, so who's got an idea on what?
I like to propose the idea of camera shots.
Camera shots? Yeah.
Well, I think they used to emphasise the eyes and the surrounding background. For example, like a close-up or a medium shot on the eyes would be used to obviously capture the facial expression, the emotions and the body language.
Definitely, yeah.
Therefore, obviously revealing to the audiences the type of expressions and emotions which are shown towards the camera. Additionally, for example, with an establishing shot, that's usually used to further distinguish the surrounding area and the scenery of the backdrop. Therefore, allowing the audience again to.
And what sort of videos would you tend to see the close-ups in or the media?
Close-up, they're used throughout all music videos usually because, again, they're used generally to identify the artist, which is obviously used in every video. And again, the establishing shots are usually used at the start of the video to reveal the scenery to everyone else.
Yeah, definitely. What other camera work do you think would be involved in making a video?
Obviously, you've got the sort of angles as well, so you've got the high angles,
Yeah.
you've got the low angles. So the high angles, for example, would be an aerial shot, and that again would be used to distinguish the setting and the scenery around the music video, the backdrop and the setting. Whilst the low angle could be used just to sort of show the artist in like a more dominant view where you're on the floor looking up towards them.
Yeah. What else is there? What?
So the types of movement used, so you've got
Yeah,
pans, you've got tilts and you've got tracks. For example, a pan is when it goes across, so it reveals the setting again once again and follow it, and then a tracking shot.
And why is that important?
Because again it further distinguishes the scenery and the setting. You've got the tracking shot, which usually is a motion shot following the artist along, for example, they're walking, and that again uses to distinguish the scenery or show the artist emotions, the artist stance even.
Yeah, definitely.
The tilt shot is where the camera obviously it tilts, and that can be used for example, spinning transitions or just to sort of differentiate the video to other videos.
Yeah. And what sort of genre would you normally see? Sort of fast movement of the camera in?
We're usually using upbeat music, like sort of dance and house, and sort of rap and hip hop.
Okay. Alright, have we got any other ideas on what would be involved in the music video?
I think on telly is really important in
Yeah.
the music video. You've got lighting, clothing, props, setting. Things with lighting, you've got mood lighting. So if it's like a romance, you'd have a light in pink, or if it was something quite sad, you'd often have blue. Or if it's action or to show a villain, you'd have some red lighting. You then have the direction of lighting, which is really key. It allows you to identify who's important. There's side lighting, back lighting and front lighting. They're really key for a video because you can show who's more important than other characters. It's normally a narrative music video. With clothing, it's really key for the genre. So obviously if you've got a pop video, it's going to be bright colours, you're going to have hats, props, things like makeup, jewellery, everything that makes it. Whereas if it's rock, it tends to be more black clothing, leather jackets.
Something a bit different,
you can have an accent of colour like a red bandana or things like that, so that's really key. Then you've got props. It sort of allows the audience to see what's going on in the video, you can sort of set the scene. Got any prop ideas?
Or for example, with props, you could use ones for the camera to focus on, so that they can hold an importance.
Yeah.
Sort of represent.
So if they've got a narrative part of the music video, they can focus on that.
So if it's an aggressive sort of video, a prop like a sort of knife or a gun could sort of address the
symbolism there, yeah,
that's
linked in.
that'd be quite important.
What about the setting, Grace?
Setting is key. You can have things like a car, in a car, you can be at a party. It allows the audience to sort of identify what genre of music it is, as well as identify where they are in the scene.
Yeah.
So I think that's something you've really got to take into consideration, like what's going on around you, if you're in a forest, what things that you could include within the videos. I think it's really key.
And what are the differences in singing, do you think? So you've obviously got the actual performance video that you've
Yeah,
got.
I think if you've got like a narrative piece,
Mhm.
often a forest is used or an old warehouse, whereas if
Okay.
it's more of a performance, you want something that's a stage, you want all the key elements of a performance, you've
Yeah.
got to include lighting,
All the
curtains,
instruments, everything else, all those
instruments.
props, yeah. So, okay, cool.
I've got a few ideas I'll actually jot down.
Okay, so there we go.
This is basically on sounds. So there's two types of sounds in a music video. You've got your diegetic sounds. Basically, this is the sounds that you can see. So, for example, if you've got someone playing the guitar, they tend to use close up on the guitar to show that you can play the actual instrument as well as sort of showing where the sound's coming from. And the other type of sound is non-diegetic. So basically, it's the complete opposite, as this is sounds you can't see. So for example, in some videos you might have like some sirens going off in the background, or birds singing, and yeah, so you can hear it but you can't see it. Another use, basically, when lyrics are being played, they basically match the actions within the video. For example, in the Foo Fighters song The Pretender, he says, "You're the voice inside your head, you refuse to hear, I'm the face that you have to face, mirrored in your stare." So basically what they do is he's staring at his opposition in the opposite end of the hall. So that's an example where the action means. And another one,
Storyline as well.
yeah, there's a storyline. So usually in some videos, you've got someone chasing after everyone, and there's that story behind it, which sometimes not just the lyrics. Have you got anything else to
Yeah, I think editing is massively important in
Yeah.
music videos. Firstly, you've got the pace, which drives the editing.
pace? Yeah.
Yeah, that's because when the music increases in
Yeah.
speed, the audience is made to feel sort of exhilarated and made to feel like
Yeah.
the frantic nature of the music.
What genre was that quite like?
Where you've got like dance, you've got R&B when it starts getting faster, that sort of disco type feel to it.
Okay.
Then you've got the transitions are massively important because they give the audience the feel of what type of genre they're listening to. As if you've got the fast-paced cuts, it's often as I said, like the R&B or dance type music because it's trying to keep the frantic nature throughout the whole video.
Yeah.
Screen time.
Screen time.
That's another massively important convention. As it helps to establish a connection with the lead singer, so they know straight away who's
Sort of the
who
important.
the camera privilege is, who's the most important.
Yeah.
You've also got lyrics in the video
Lyrics in the video.
linking together.
Is there an example of that? No.
Done so that the audience can relate to the lyrics and establish connection between both elements of the video.
Yeah.
So they can, while the artist is singing certain lyrics, the scene is reflecting that.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. The hunt for Lord Sugar's business partner continues.